Hey everyone, decided just to make a quick little update video here, nothing too special. This here is the 1953 Philco-York, or the phork, as I call it. Uh, it's getting close to being ready for summer. The cool weather means I don't have too much motivation, but it's almost ready. You see down in there, it's like I've been re-insulating the unit. Uh, Still a little bit more to go. Most of the installation's done, and then I need to install thermostat and a couple other little fiddly bits, and it'll be ready to put in the window there. Sorry about that electric green carpet and just old people thing from ages ago that I just have not been able to change yet. But yeah, quick update on this. But this isn't what I really wanted to show. I got something else recently. Made a trip out to Illinois and picked up another 1950s unit. I think I'll go show you right now because, oh boy. So here we have a 1955 General Electric Mugwamp. Now, it's not listed on the unit, but someone has access to, I guess the shop manual says it's supposed to be 7,500 BTUs. Probably sounds about right. I don't know if we remeasured it today. It might be higher. Standards, I'm sure, have changed. This is the unit there. I've got the case, which is actually in fairly decent shape for how old it is. The unit, though, Tecumseh S, 3/4 horsepower. It's big. It's a big unit, and it's still a little warm. Tried it out earlier, just make sure it works. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera or not. Let me see if I can't get it to highlight it. Okay, there he is. If I can get down here, there is zero rust in this pan. It is rust-free. The only rust you have down here is from the fan shroud here, the galvanized steel kind of rusted away. Other than that, there is no rust. This base pan is 100% solid. Like, beautifully solid. Which is amazing. Fan spins freely, although I hear a little something in there now. It's rubbing on something. Could have been because I brought it in. Focus. There it is. So it is 115 volts, 12 amps. That is R22. It's chloro-difluoromethane, so R22. Yeah, it doesn't have the date on here, but the one who had access to the manual said that would be, or that the M on the model name would indicate 1955. I'll take his word for it. But yeah, this is one big, heavy unit. Probably weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 pounds at least. For its size, that's heavy. Probably can't get under here to show you. I don't know if the lighting is good. Well, okay, you can kind of see under there. And I'm sorry if there's crackling on the speakers. It's the phone. The case is garbage. I'm sure you heard a lot of that. This is your controls. Can I get it to focus? There it is. So you got the thermostat, and then this simple control here. A lot of stuff. It's got, cool. This is just your typical cooling. Then cool vent, which I'll show you that in a second, what it does. And then you got just vent. This would be fan only. And then dry air. I honestly do not know what the difference is between dry air and just regular air conditioning. They both run the compressor and the fan. I would assume dry air would reduce capacity, but I don't see how. I don't see anything to do that on this unit. Then there is exhaust, which, there you go. It doesn't work quite right. Something's out of alignment. I'll have to fix that. But basically, that little knob there controls a whole apparatus behind here. So let's see if I can get the angle. So you can see the fan over there. That thing. That's where the fan is, and you can see there's a kind of louver or baffle in front of it. It brings air in underneath of the discharge vents, and that thing helps direct it up. Switch it to cool, nothing will happen. If I switch it to cool vent, you see what happened. Switch it back, see if I can get it to completely close. The mechanism is a little sticky, it needs cleaned up. But
when I switch it to cool vent, it closes the damper that recycles inside air and opens this damper for outside air. That's pretty neat. And then dry air, I don't know. It's really not much of a change. I honestly can't figure out what it means dry air because it's bringing in outside air. Technically, I think it's supposed to close. I really don't know what this is supposed to do because I see that closes now. So I'm really not 100% sure what it's supposed to do. Exhaust will reopen the vent over there. It is supposed to open the vent door. Or the exhaust door up top, but the mechanism down in here, it's supposed to grab on over here or somewhere under there onto a thing and open it, and it just pops off. So it is what it is. The exhaust door is up over here. It doesn't grab it right, so I'll just have to bend it into place. But yeah, that is 3/4 horse compressor. It is big, it is heavy. But for being 68 years old, it's in great shape. Now, apparently, this, where I got it from, the store I bought it at, because the guy said it used to be a print shop. And apparently, they had their own printing equipment and stuff inside a room inside of the print shop. And they bought this to keep their printing equipment cool. So this thing, both ends of it, both the evaporator and condenser sides of it, have always been indoors, have never been exposed to the outside elements. And that's the only reason I figure it is in such wonderful shape for its age. I mean, you look down in here and it's like, other than that little bit of rust around the fan shroud, this thing is in absolutely amazing condition for its age. Like, this is what happens when it's not exposed to the outside air. Anyway, though, I think we're all here to see what's it like when it turns on. So, let me grab my plug. This is going to be interesting. And it's got to go in this way. Here. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Thermostat does work. Let me see, which way does it go? There it is. Make sure it's clicked off. I'm going to start with setting on cool. And this, I think, is neat. Other than the rust that I'll have to clean it up, this thing's going to be getting a bath real soon. I'm on vacation next week, so I'm going to try and get this cleaned up. But this thing, the condenser fan's a little noisy. Not nearly as loud as other stuff, or some others, but it's still pretty loud. For the noise that you're hearing here, almost all the noise you're hearing is just the condenser fan. The evaporator side is very quiet. I don't know if you can pick up the wind noise at all, but I'm sure the moment everybody wants to hear, I'm going to switch on the compressor. It's like it purrs. Reminds me a lot of the York compressor up in the Phork. Ridiculously quiet, and it's already getting ridiculously cold. I'll give it a minute here. I'm actually going to go do a quick temp check for you. But it's getting ridiculously cold, and then, yeah, don't worry about this mess. This is just leftovers from working on the other air conditioner I haven't cleaned up yet. I can actually feel the airflow moving across the room already just from here. It's like this might actually be going in the window down here this year. Let me go get my temp check so I can show you. Okay, so I got my thing here. Sort of checking a grill. I don't care. Let's just set it up in front here and see what temperature does. This has only been running for about 60 seconds. It hasn't been very long. And it's only in the low 70s inside here, but holy crap. Okay, that's getting ridiculous. Yeah, this might be going in the window this summer down here. And this probably hasn't even built full head pressure yet. Like, holy smokes, is it... Oh, it's starting to sweat. Is it sweating the other side? Probably. Not really. Maybe a tad. It's getting there. Holy smokes, I've never, in this R22, I've never seen R22 get this cold on the evaporator side at this temperature before. And, you know, this ambient room temperature of, I think it's like 73 in here. 73, 74, it's like, so I'm getting slightly more than a 30-degree temperature delta. That's really good. And when this thing is on, it's what, 2 minutes it's been running? I'll get a condenser side reading here in a second. In fact, let's just take it and do that now. This is going to be fun. How do I do it so you guys can read it? This shouldn't be too hot yet, because, you know, ambient temperatures are not high. If it was 90 degrees in here, this should be a lot hotter. Still getting kind of warm. I expect on a 90-degree day it should be blowing 130, 150 degree air out through the condenser. I'm not really doing the condenser any favors by having it this close to the wall. Okay, 91. So, okay. It's pretty good. 93. Still though, this thing is ridiculously cold. I'm gonna set this back up in there. Chill it. Yeah. This was 8.5-hour drive one way to go get this. Oh, and you know, it's got our wiring diagram. It says 20 amp branch circuit, but then it has a 15 amp plug head. 1950s for you. Ooh, I can feel a leak here. This will need sealed. But yeah, that's your thing there. And then check this out. Still has the original filter in it, which needs cleaned. But yeah, this, you know, it's in great shape. Wonderful condition. Saw this pop up on Marketplace. It was so far away, I wanted to ship it. They didn't want to ship. It took a month, and then finally I had time over Memorial Day weekend to go pick this thing up. I made the drive. I hated myself for the drive, but I did it. And I'm glad I did. I'm so surprised at how ridiculously quiet it is. Here's that vent for the inside air into the fan there. You see it's in real nice shape. This paint is practically pristine. Just needs a light hit with a washcloth. Let's see, how cold is it now? Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, this thing probably going to be going in the window down here this summer because, yeah, that is just absolutely awesome. 68 years old and it still runs this great, gets this cold, like holy smokes. Kind of like the Philco-York, which is 70 years old this year. Which you can see the grill over there, you can see it's got a wild blush in it. That's what I get for trying to give it a bath with water and it got behind the finish. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pain to clear out, but that's why I have this stuff. So rather than strip the finish and redo it, I'm just going to try this and see how that works. I have to get some steel wool to work it in there, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this cleaned up here soon and getting it in the window. This would be really neat. Having such old ACs in the window, the cool factor is like crazy. Let's see what's it blowing now. I'm still 39. Okay.
Alright, so I think I'm going to call it quits here. It's been 15 minutes. Go ahead and shut this thing down and let everybody hear it turn off real quick. Really cool piece of history. Wouldn't mind having more of these. I just don't want to drive 8.5 hours one way to go get it again. That was rough. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Catch you next time, whenever that is. I tend to upload almost never, so... Yep, see you till then, whenever that is.